Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. So let's take a look at what's going on in euro currency again. The performance on the market, as you can see, not very strong, and price stands in a tight range. In general, guys, I could repeat actually the same things concerning euro weakness. So to me, it looks a bit heavy, and in the way how market responds to the statistics, the performance that we see on euro currency, well, at least for me, I bring some doubts on the bullish perspective of the market. So maybe upward direction could start a bit later if market will find some real support around 1750. It will be confirmed by some reversal patterns later. But currently, things that I see on the intraday charts, well, doesn't inspire me to take the long position, at least on the daily chart. On the intraday charts, yes, it might be considered some short-term bullish setups with the nearest standing targets for scalp purposes, but in general, the way how market behaves, it looks not very bullish actually. So meantime, theoretically, we still have some bullish background. If you remember, in the beginning of the week, we have discussed the grabber that we've got here. That's also formed on the futures on euro currency. So this is real grabber and it's still valid. This market hasn't erased the lows of this pattern. So that provides some background and confidence for making an attempt to try to take the long position. Today we also will get retail sales report. That might be and should be actually important, since it impacts directly on the gross domestic product. And maybe these statistics will support euro if this will be a bit worse than expected. But to be honest, if we take a look how market responded on poor non-farm payrolls report and recently on the poor CPI report, you could see that every time it has made an attempt to go higher, but it has not enough power. So you could see these spikes up here. It's any attempt to show some upward performance, meet some barriers to the upside. So that's what I have in my mind concerning the possible bullish performance, although our pattern mostly stands in place. Although, as I said, I prefer to see more time spending in the bottom of the right arm, not just some occasional spike and then return up. But we have currently, well, actually this low stands very close to this one. And from that standpoint, some harmony exists here. And finally, the thing that we already also have discussed, this is the grabber on the dollar index that suggests the taking out of these lows on the weekly chart. And again, today it's also, you could see the same grabber stands on the dollar index, but it's opposite direction. So it means rising of the dollar, because this is bullish grabber, so it means on the euro it should go lower. So it means that it should be some deeper action, some kind of the ABCD pattern maybe here could be formed. You can see lots of tricky moments that's around currently around euro currency performance, and that makes us to be very careful when we're taking any position. So theoretically, as I said, on the long side, it might be taking some trades, but very carefully. On the follow time frame chart, you could see that here we also have some bullish patterns that have been formed here as two grabbers side by side. This grabber we have discussed yesterday, but it just was about to be formed. Currently it stands in place. It suggests taking out of this top, while this next one suggests moving above this area. Since here we're also watching for an shortest pattern, and actually depending from this pattern, it depends the euro currency performance on the daily chart as well. So whether the market will proceed higher with this pattern, it means that it could still show an upward direction, and maybe our daily hand shoulder starts to work. So it's lots of responsibility stands with this pattern, and for euro it is crucial to keep it valid, to keep bullish chances, let's call it in this way. So based on this grabber, theoretically you could try to make the position. Also it will be actually the position with the daily head and shoulders pattern. But keep in mind all the trickiness that I have just talked about. So it means you do not need to place too far stops. Theoretically you could even hide your stops somewhere below the grabbers, because if grabbers will be erased, it means that market will also erase the head and shoulders pattern, starts dropping lower, and chances of the daily grabber also will decrease significantly. So because if you know the hand shoulders is failing, it means that market drops below the head, and head particular is the daily bullish grabber on the euro currency. So some few other moments exist here that I do not like actually, is the performance of the head and shoulders on the right arm. So this is when the market turns in some consolidation and can't reach the neckline in a moment where actually bulls should control the situation, because this is final part of the bullish reversal pattern. Here is the bulls should get the power and just starting pushing market higher, but we do not see it. We see some triangle consolidation. Here market shows an ability to even reach the neckline. Yesterday I also talked about this sell-off that I also do not like on the final part where the bulls should take the lead on this part. You could see the sell-off. So it's also not very great for the pattern. So I treat this pattern as a weak, but since we have some statistics and we have some patterns, theoretically, if you would like to try it, well, this is possible. Just do not marry to this position and place stops not too far, and try to move stops to the break-even as soon as possible. So don't consider it as like something new big pattern for a long-term trend. So it will be some upward action. Maybe we will hit 1850 area here. With this some kind of the ABCD pattern that might be formed. Here might be the butterfly you could see if upward action, upward breakout will happen. But mostly better to focus just on nearest standing target right now, as euro currency definitely looks not very strong. So if you have conservative approach, it would be better to do nothing and just wait for some clarity on the patterns that we have, and have some better some bullish reversal signs or something. So because as I said, overall bullish context is tricky and looks weak right now. So that's why, as I said, on intraday charts with the grabbers on the follow time frame chart, it is possible to consider some bullish trading because it lets you to place the relatively tight stops. On the daily chart, it's a bit more risky, and I would probably wait for something or some more clarity on the daily chart.